join me. Alti frosh min hatzibur. With community, you can be secure. We can grow to be a family. You don't need to feel alone. Alti frosh min hatzibur. We'll be there for you, and you can be sure if you open your eyes, you'll see the ones who are wise, though they're never on their own. So come up again, I think, at the end of services, so keep it handy in your hand.
Shabbat Shalom
Shabbat Shalom.
and welcome. It's a pleasure to see everyone here this evening. Not only are we celebrating Shabbat, not only will we have a Torah reading on Shabbat on a Friday night, we are also gathered for our new member Shabbat, where we welcome our newest members into the community. So I just want to remind you, at Oneg afterwards, look around and make some new friends and introduce yourself, and make sure to find new people to chat with, because community comes out of our connection to one another. And so take time to connect. As they say in the Talmud, we're all connected. Nobody got that? We're all connected. Anyway, I'm Rabbi Melinda Penkin.
I'm Cantor Wally Shackett Briskin.
I'm Rabbi Jonathan Falco.
I'm President Faith University.
And we are very happy to welcome you here this evening. As we begin, just a few reminders. First of all, we encourage you to look around the room and locate the exits. There is one up here, 2 in the sanctuary on each side, 1 in the social hall on that wall, and then 2 all the way in the back. It is good practice wherever you go to pay attention to where the exits are. Unfortunately, that is our world today. It is a good step in security. We also ask that everyone play a role in security. If you see something, never ever hesitate to say something. If you have a cell phone with you, we ask you to just check it now and make sure that it is in silent mode so as not to disturb our worship. There are many ways to contact God, but Verizon will not be one of them this evening. We have, if you have little ones with you, we know that we love having them in the service, but we also know sometimes they need some entertainment or activity, and we do have children's books right over there, and our ushers will be happy to guide you in the right direction. We also stream the service into room 2 right outside in the hallway if anyone for any reason needs to take a break. As we begin, I invite you to, first of all, look around the room, find something beautiful, take a moment to just sort of center yourself. You don't have to rush anywhere. Now we get to enjoy Shabbat and just be in time. And maybe you take a few breaths, or you just sort of feel your body sitting on the seat, or maybe you look at the beautiful stained glass or the beautiful smile on the person's face next to you. And after you take a moment for that, we invite you to also look around and find a face that you don't know and introduce yourself to that person and wish them Shabbat Shalom. Sorry.
Want to switch?
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you to Joe Jadlowski, who's ushering on behalf of the men's club this evening, so thank you for that. Mazel tov to Tara and Sean Blick on the bat mitzvah of their daughter Emmeline. And so we have a lot of new members here, and we had a nice pre-neg. I hope you all enjoyed the food that we had for you at the pre-neg. We're so sorry about that. We had put an order in, but for whatever reason it got all mixed up. But I understand that if you stay for Oneg, we're going to have extra food for you. So please stay for Oneg, because that's when we hope that will be here for you, and hopefully we'll enjoy that. So we want to say this is our new member Shabbat. Welcome to new member Shabbat services, where we'll be celebrating the new members of Sherry Emmett, and hope our new members were able to get a good feeling of our temple and all it has to offer. Whether it's for you or your child's religious and or spiritual needs, for some self-help classes such as learning how to read Hebrew, or learning about Jewish history, or giving back to the community through social work, we believe we have a lot to offer you, and we hope you will benefit from the membership. So our Renaissance group is having a luncheon at the Jersey Shore on May 7th at 11:15 at the Breakers on the ocean. It's at 1507 Ocean Avenue, Spring Lake, New Jersey. The cost for people who want to attend is $25 per person for members and $29 per person for non-members. If you're interested, please respond by April 14th. You can call Laura Bursey. I have the information here, so if you're interested, come and get it, or it's online as well. So a couple other things. We recently began a project to replace our everyday and Holy Day Torah covers, which have become worn over the years. The design committee chose to work with the renowned Judaica artist Janet Kuvan-Oren, who has designed 10 new Torah covers for us. We have been blessed to have received donations for 9 out of the 10 Torah covers. However, we felt as a congregation that it is important to have one community cover where everyone who donates for this will have this cover listed as a dedication on the inside lining of the cover. If you're interested, you can donate online to support the Torah cover. I know this is a little bit away, but it's coming up soon. We'll be celebrating Cantor Wally's 25th year as becoming a cantor. This will be occurring we'll be celebrating on May 19th with the Shabbat service, and on May 20th we'll be having a seminar that will be at 1 o'clock, and in the evening on May 20th we'll have a concert led by Cantor Jeff Klepper and Rabbi Dan Freelander. This is the 50th anniversary of them performing as group Colby Seder. They created the melody of Shalom Rav, where many prayers are sung rather than chanted. You should be receiving emails about this event and hope you can register it. We're looking for a lot of people to attend, so we're hoping that everyone who's online in Zoom and who's here can sign on to support our cantor. And also, it's a big Rock Shabbat event for us, so we're hoping that we can get a lot of people to participate. If you're interested in baseball, the men's club is sponsoring a game. The Jersey Shore Blue Claws are playing the Brooklyn Cyclones. It is scheduled for June 3rd at 7 o'clock. Tickets for adults are $18, and children under 12 are $15. You can, again, go on our website to register. Finally, Torah study is tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m. and on Wednesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Morning minion service is tomorrow at 11 o'clock. April 5th is...
10 o'clock.
I'm sorry, 10 o'clock. I apologize. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. April 5th is the first night of Passover. I hope you all enjoy a nice Passover Seder. Happy Passover and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I want to take just a moment to thank those who made donations to the synagogue this week. Donations were made in memory of Bernice Freed and Sarah Baum, for the yard sites of Gary Wasserman, Joseph Weinberg, Francis Crystal, Murray Gross, Jacob Sachs, Michael Novins, Roberta Eisenstein, Hyman Eisenstein, Nathan Polikoff, Harry Polikoff, Molly Freeman, John Walt, Renee Aronson, Marvin Goldstein, Rose Brody, and Jody Cruz. Donations were also made in honor of the marriage of Perry Morstein and Gretchen Owens and the bat mitzvah of Hannah Wallman, the baby naming of Eliana Irene Borshoff and Sunny Michelle Shalev, and the birth of Charlie Rose Fox, the birth of Logan Maya Siegel, and the bat mitzvah of Karen Goldstein. And donations were made in appreciation of the Women's Seder. Also, a mazel tov. Well, I'll come back to the mazel tov later. Save some good stuff for the end. So we'll begin on page 120 and 121 in the prayer book. You can find it underneath your seats. We'll begin with the lighting of the Shabbat candles and the blessing over the wine. It is my pleasure to call up this evening our bat mitzvah for this weekend, Emmeline Blick, and her parents Tara and Sean.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed is the eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us through mitzvot and commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
We continue now, page 123, with the Kiddush.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who, finding favor with us, sanctified us with mitzvot. In love and favor you made the holy Shabbat our heritage, as a reminder of the work of creation. As first among our sacred days, it recalls the exodus from Egypt. You chose us and set us apart from the peoples. In love and favor, you have given us your holy Shabbat as an inheritance. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. Shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemigra'e kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, Ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov. Shabbat shalom.
We continue together at the bottom of page 124. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
Page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Page 144, our Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach yirutei ve'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'b'yomechon u'b'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman kariv v'meru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lam me'alamaya. Yitbarach, yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitbahar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechat avnechemata damiran me'alma ve'meru. Amen. We invite you to rise as you are able for our call to worship, page 146.
Continue together on page 148 in the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach she'arim uvitvuna mishane itim umachalif et hazmanim umisader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtsono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, ve'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi layla, uma'avdil bein yom uvein layla. Adonai tzivaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. On page 151, together at the top. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
הדברים האלה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Together at the top of page 157, we read, Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Adonai et Yaakov, ug'alo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai shal Yisrael. We read together at the bottom of page 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God.
Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, Haporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim.
On page 162, Vishamru, the people Israel shall guard the Sabbath and keep it. Vishamru, Bnei Israel, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, Ledoratam meritolam, Vishamru, Bnei Israel, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Beginning on page 164 and following the even pages thereafter, we rise for our Amidah. Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Novelim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated.
On page 177, we read together at the top, God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov Shimcha Ulecha Na'eh Lehodot.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Nasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Nasim Le'olam. Ki ata u'melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. We pause for a moment of silent prayer. Continue with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah, beginning on page 362. Please rise as the ark is opened. En kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ben kema'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshaltecha bechol dor v'ador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai Meloch leolam va'ed Adonai oz lamo yitein Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom av harachamim heitiv avirtzonecha et Zion Timnei Chomot Yerushalayim Timnei Chomot Yerushalayim Ki v'chal levad batachnu Melech Ilram v'nisa Adon olamim Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael V'kedushato Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Adelu Adonai Iti Uderongama Shemo Yachtav Lecha Adonai Agidula Agivura V'hatiferet V'hanetzach V'hahod Kichol Bashamayim U'Va'aretz Kichol Bashamayim U'Va'aretz Lecha Adonai Hamalacha V'amid Naseh Lechol Derosh.
Please be seated.
So, our Torah portion this week, Tzav, is the third portion in the book of Leviticus and continues the discussion of the priestly duties and sacrificial rituals begun in last week's portion, Vayikra. Tzav specifically focuses on the instructions given to the priests regarding the offerings that they are to bring on behalf of the people of Israel. These offerings include burnt offerings, grain offerings, sin offerings, guilt offerings, and peace offerings. In addition to detailing the procedures for each offering, Tzav emphasizes the importance of proper preparation and handling of the sacrifices to ensure their acceptance by God. Through these instructions, the portion highlights the role of the priesthood in mediating between the people of Israel and God, and emphasizes the importance of approaching God with reverence and respect.
So you can find the Parsha tonight on page 688. If you'd like to follow along in the Torah commentary, just raise your hand, and Melissa will bring you a copy of the Torah commentary. If you don't have it, don't worry. The section will be read beautifully by Suze in Hebrew and then translated by the cantor into English. But if you'd like to follow along, just keep your hand up so she may see you. And, you know, part of what we do on Shabbat is take time for counting our blessings and being grateful. And so one of the ways that we can express our gratitude is by blessing. And so I'd like to invite those of you who feel particularly blessed tonight and would like to share that blessing to rise for the Aliyah and to do the Torah blessing before. So if you are feeling grateful, come on up. You can surround us, or you can stay at your seat. Suze, we need you. Come on up. Yeah, if you're feeling grateful, come on up. Just surround our Torah reader. You're okay. Let's just get your part first. That's up here? That's you? Okay. Just let us do the blessing first.
Ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. Baruch et Adonai Hamorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach le'olam va'ed.
Repeat that.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Vayadaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, tzav et ha'aron ve'et banav lemor, zot Torat ha'olam, hi ha'olam, al mokadat al hamizbeach kol halayla ad haboker ve'esh hamizbeach tukad bo.
The Eternal One spoke to Moses, saying, "Command Aaron and his sons thus. This is the ritual of the burnt offering. The burnt offering itself shall remain where it is burned upon the altar all night until morning, while there is fire on the altar kept going on it. The priest shall dress in linen raiment with linen breeches next to his skin, and he shall take up the ashes with which the fire has reduced the burnt offering on the altar and place them beside the altar. He shall then take off his vestments and put on other vestments and carry the ashes outside the camp to a pure place. And the fire on the altar shall be kept burning, not to go out. Every morning the priest shall feed wood to it, lay out the burnt offering on it, and turn into smoke the fat parts of the offerings of well-being. A perpetual fire shall be kept burning on the altar, not to go out."
And as you all stand here filled with gratitude, I pray as the Torah is open that you will continue to find in your life every single day reasons to stand up and bless because you feel blessed. So let's all join together in the blessing after. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah. Amen. And a very special mazel tov to Suze, who has read from the Torah for the first time. That is a big deal. I know that. Yep. You're allowed to do your spirit hands. She is a student of Cantor Wally, who has been teaching a group of our congregants how to chant Torah. So if she has inspired you, you're too late for this year's class, but line up and make sure to sign up for next year's class. Mazel tov. The great thing about Torah chanting is it's not about the voice. It's about the nefesh. It's about the soul that you bring to it. And there are a lot of rabbis, and not cantors, but a lot of rabbis who have terrible voices who chant Torah really beautifully. So Mazel tov.
Thanks.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm so proud of me.
Awesome. Beautiful job.
And while the Torah is open, we always take a moment to say a Misha Berach, a blessing, not only for illness, we say Misha Berach for lots of different things, for healing, for wholeness, for gratitude, for students, for travel. But tonight we take a moment while the Torah is open to say a blessing for those who are ill and those who are in need of healing and wholeness, be it of their body, their mind, or their spirit. You can follow along on page 371, where you'll find the words to the blessing. This evening, we especially call to mind in our prayers Stephen Rice, Jordan Silverman, Brian Roche, Roberta Feibush, Arlene Schwartz, Harriet Domro, Leona Jacobson, Ron Labovitz, Elisa Foreman, Amy Gutterson, Hillary Gross, Gail Schesser, Brian Lynn, Ralph Mavis, Howard Burson, Marty Borrell, Robbie Reese, Jordan Horowitz, Grayson Shukovsky, Spencer Gray Rothstein, Brody Scher, Fira Schwartz, Samuel Finkelstein, Alexander and Eugenia Litovskaya, Debbie Pincus, Joyce Welkes, Jay Teitelbaum, Evan Goldberg, David Aaron, Carrie Martuscelli, Rachel Orenstein, Maya Madeline Capusili, Philip Dorff, Iris Schubert, Fred Kaplan, Francis Viola, Karen Meltzer, Shirley Salkin, Joyce Angelone, and Stephen Davidson. If there are others that we should mention, I invite you to simply say their names aloud now. And we certainly hold in our prayers this evening all of those who were both injured and scarred emotionally from the shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville this week. For those we've named, for those we haven't, and for those we name silently in our hearts, Misha Berach Avotenu Vimotenu, may the one who blessed our ancestors bless those who are in need of healing. May their doctors and nurses be skillful and compassionate. May those who care for them find support and comfort, and may they all be granted Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf, the complete healing of body and spirit, as together we say,
Amen.
Before I share some thoughts, I just want to take a moment to thank our membership committee, and I'd like to ask our membership committee members to rise, to stand up. We have Rita over there, we have Jill in the middle, we have Suze, who you just met, we have Brian, and our chair, Evan. And I want to thank all of you for arranging such a lovely evening. I know the hors d'oeuvres thwarted us, but it just gives us something to look forward to at the end of the service. So much of what we do at the synagogue is powered by volunteers as amazing as these people are. And so we thank you for bringing us together and for creating such a nice night. It would not be as beautiful without all of your hard work. So we thank you. You may be seated. So once upon a time, there was a community that set out to build a synagogue. They searched for the most experienced and creative designer to build their building, for you see, they wanted only the best. And though she had never designed a synagogue before, she had designed some of the world's most wonderful buildings. She was known to have an eye for beauty coupled with an awareness of the practical. The spaces that this designer had designed were inspirational, and the community was thrilled, intrigued by the prospect of designing a holy space. She accepted the job, and she agreed to work with them. Well, the synagogue building task force was assembled, and for months, they planned out every detail, hired the contractors, gathered the most beautiful materials, and brought in the greatest artisans so that their building would be the most wonderful place for study, for worship, and for learning. It took a year to complete. They had a really good contractor, and the community planned a fabulous celebration to mark the completion of their beautiful synagogue. Well, the day arrived. The cake and the decaffeinated coffee were both prepared. The black and white cookies and rugelach and rainbow cookies were plattered and waiting in the social hall. The community gathered outside the temple. The rabbi and cantor offered words of blessing and a heartfelt Shehechianu, and then the congregants, led by the temple president, proceeded to march in with 6 Torahs into the new sanctuary so that they could place them officially in the ark and begin this new era for the community. But when they entered the sanctuary, they noticed that something was not right. It was beautiful indeed. Rich colors, blue, crimson, and purple, just like the tabernacle. There were meaningful writings on the wall similar to this Da lifnei mi ata omed, know before whom you stand, a reminder that we all stand before God and should bring holiness into the world. There were plaques to remember loved ones and colorful stained glass celebrating moments from Jewish history. It sounds familiar, right? There were comfortable seats, a good sound system, and plentiful prayer books. There was a gorgeous ark surrounded by Jerusalem stone and a shiny, sparkly eternal light hanging right above it. It was extraordinary, a place that when you walked in, it just took away your breath. But something was missing. In fact, there was a problem, and it was a big problem. You see, the designer had neglected something. She didn't place any lights in the room. The only little light was the eternal light that hung above the ark. And that certainly wasn't bright enough to allow the community to read the Torah or follow along in the prayer book. And as you can imagine, the community, standing in the dark of the sanctuary, well, they did what people do. They began to whisper, and the rabbi and the president conferred about what to do. And finally, they turned in anger and disappointment to the designer. "How could you forget the lights?" they demanded. She looked at them and said, "I didn't forget the lights. I left them out on purpose." She reached into some bags she had brought and began to pull out lamps, lots of lamps, and she passed one to each person in the room. She lit a candle, and then the flame was passed from one to the other throughout the room until each person's lamp was lit, and now the room was aglow with light. "You see," she explained, "this room is beautiful, but it's nothing if you are not here. Without you, it's simply a building, no more, no less. For it to become a holy place, it needs you. It needs community. It needs people who will pray together and celebrate holidays together. It needs people who will open the Torah and study it, and teachers who will teach our children traditions. It requires people to comfort those in mourning and support those who are sick. It needs human beings who will reach out to feed the poor and donate pajamas to children who have none, and people who will open the building to house the homeless. It needs activities to engage all ages, from tiny babies to those who live to 104, all kinds of opportunities for friendship and companionship. For this to be a holy place, it needs you, not walls, not roofs, not furniture or books. It needs you. Because when you are not here, the light of the community is diminished. You are the ones who will kindle this community's essence and its meaning. She continued saying, these lamps belong to you. So when you come to synagogue, bring them with you and add the light that you bring to those around you and illuminate this community with your warmth and your brightness. For it is you, not these walls, that make this synagogue community. It is you who make this a holy place. Tonight, as we welcome our newest members, we celebrate you and we thank you. Because tonight, you may not have been aware of it, but you brought more light into this room. You lit up the community. And we look forward to celebrating holidays together, mentoring and teaching your children as they become Jewish adults. We will support you in difficult moments of life, and we will hope and pray with you when life presents challenges. We want you to find joy and friendship here, support and comfort, inspiration and holiness. We hope that the temple will be a place for you to feel the embrace of the Jewish people and for you to embrace the Jewish people here as well. We hope that you feel the presence and possibility of God and a connection to all the generations who have come before us. You are each lights, beautiful, bright, shining lights. Thank you for bringing your brightness and warmth to this community, because without you, this is just a building, but with you, it becomes a holy place. So just as you bring your blessing here tonight, so too we want to share blessing with you. And I invite all of our newest members to come up to the bima if you can, or if you're shy and you want to stay at your seat, that's okay, but just stand where you are, because we'd like to offer you a special blessing. Hopefully all of you received it on the way in. Please rise. Come on, newest members. And as you're coming, you'll see pictures of our beautiful new members. You can stay there for a moment if you want to watch, if you want to see.
You are a holy person, special in many ways. God gave you many talents to celebrate all your days. And you can say, God says I must be holy. That's because God made me. God says, Kadosh tiyeh, ki kadosh ani. You are a friend to
new members come stand in front of the ark. Face this way. Come. Squeeze in. Some people this way. Cantor, you want to come? Join us.
I'll stay over here with the footnote. Baruchim habaim, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai,
Blessed are you who come in God's name.
beirachnuchem mi beit Adonai.
May you be blessed in this house of God.
New members, I invite you to join in reading together. Let us walk together by the light of the eternal. We have come here to unite with all who create synagogue community, joining with others in prayer, study, and deeds of loving kindness. Each of us brings unique gifts which transform this building into a place of holiness, where we do God's work together, celebrating in joy and bringing compassion to those around us. We stand here tonight, part of a chain of tradition that began with Abraham and Sarah, knowing that our presence extends that chain as we build a Jewish future together. And congregation, please join together. Into this holy place, may we open our hearts and minds to you. Let us share each other's stories and traditions. May you join us in our commitment to the study of Torah, repairing the world, the joyous celebrations of Jewish life, and active participation in our synagogue. May you find peace, purpose, and friendship here at Temple Sharei Emeth. May you find this community to be a source of love, strength, and joy in all the years ahead.
May God bless you and keep you.
May God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you.
May God's presence be with you and give you peace. And when we come to a special moment of newness, we don't let it go by. We actually say a blessing, thanking God for a new experience. We say Shehechianu, which thanks God for giving us life, for keeping us alive, and for bringing us to this very special moment in time. So please join with us in Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Amen.
Amen.
Mazel.
Shabbat shalom, mazel tov. Shabbat shalom. Start to head back.
Shabbos, thank you.
Shabbat shalom, guys. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbos, friends.
Shabbat shalom.
Welcome. Baruch haba.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbos.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Shabbos.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
We remain standing for Hagbah as we dress the Torah and prepare to return it to the ark.
Vizot HaTorah asher sam Moshe livnei v'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. La 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 ya la 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 ya la la la. La 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 ya la 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 la. It's
netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva. Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu, Kekedem.
We continue with Aleinu, page 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol,
Latet
Gedula liotzer b'reishit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Please be seated.
Page 599. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. If you are here remembering someone who passed away, we invite you to rise when their name is read and to remain standing until we all rise at the end for the mourner's Kaddish. We certainly remember the over 1.1 million and the 1.1 million Americans and the 6.8 million human beings around the world who succumbed to COVID-19. We recall those whose families are currently in the 7-day mourning period of Shiva: Sarah Baum, the sister of Marcia Borshoff and sister-in-law of Joel Borshoff, and Lawrence Balkin, the grandfather of Selena Geronda and the great-grandfather of Ava. We remember those whose families are in the 30-day mourning period of Shloshim: Barbara Gershman. And if you are here remembering someone who passed away in the last year, we invite you to rise. We remember those whose yahrzeit falls this week: Elizabeth Alexander, Hannah Baker, Alan Burke, Jeffrey Brill, Abraham Cohn, Jody Cruz, Francis Crystal, Seymour Diamond, Benjamin Drucker, Beatrice Edelman, Hyman Eisenstein, Roberta Eisenstein, Lorraine Fine, Rita Felsenfeld, Molly Freeman, Daniel Gaynor, Helen Goldstein, Murray Gross, Irving Hirsch, Jane Denise Howard, Isidore Katz, Donald Caton, Nathan Kirstein, Ida Kostrinsky, Shirley Cozen, Henry Krakauer, Judith Leppendorf Castelli, David Lipson.
Sarah Marcus, Dorothy Markowitz, Christopher Metcalf, Jack Minerva, Michael Novins, Gussie Pizer, Harry Polikoff, Nathan Polikoff, Morris Portnoy, Lillian Press, Nellie Richfield, Kenneth Rowland, Leatrice Romance, Jacob Sachs, Rosalind Salmon, Esther Samuelson, Barry Schoengood, Sid Schwartz, Ira Ronald Schwartz, Selma Seif, William Silvermintz, Bella Sobel, Esther Cohen Stern, Abraham Stern, Gary Wasserman, Joseph Weinberg, John Volt. And each week we call to mind 6 individuals who perished in the Shoah, the Holocaust, bringing their names to memory: Sonia Svetnikova, Danya Blachir, Gusta Shagrun, Isaac Grossman, Nachman Steinberg, Elia Schichman.
Zichronam Livracha, may those who have touched our lives continue to bless us through the beauty of their memory. On page 598, we rise together as a community for the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, b'agala uvizman kariv imru, amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevarach le'olam u'l'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to those who mourn and comfort to those who are bereaved, as together we say.
Amen.
Oseh shalom imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Please be seated. It is our tradition at Shariemeth to take a few minutes at the end of services to focus on some good things that have happened. And I want to wish Mazel Tov to Lawrence and Carrie Fox on the birth of their new daughter, Charlotte, Charlie Rose Fox, and Susan and Mark Siegel on the birth of their new granddaughter, Logan Maya Siegel. Does anyone else have any good news for this week? Yes. Ellen. The Finkelstein's granddaughter became bat mitzvah just last Saturday, and I was looking on Facebook, and I'm very good friends with Rabbi Kaiserman, and there she was on his Facebook feed. So I shebbed a lot of nachas when I saw her. Mazel tov. Yes?
Just not to forget the bat mitzvah of my wonderful granddaughter, Emmeline Blick.
Emily, it's funny. I thought Emmeline Blick was next week, but she's this week, and tomorrow morning she's going to be called to the Torah. Woohoo!
Not till next month, though.
Well, they're all here. Let's go ahead.
Oh, okay.
But she's going to do a really good job. Yes. Wow. To Honduras. So her daughter was asked to be on the board of the Covenant House for the Latin American. She was on the Young Professional Board, so now she's been asked to step onto the Latin American board, and she's going to go to Honduras as well. Such sacred work. Mazel tov. All the way in the back. Yes. Mazel tov. I have to say yes. Oh, the Mario. The Mario movie is coming out. You have a lot coming up. Anything else? Yes, Sam.
I am in a Disney
In a Disney. Oh, in The Descendants?
Disney Lieutenant, that's why
You're in a play? In the Disney Descendants play. Sam is very musical and knows a lot about Broadway and Disney. Well, you know what they say, when you're in show business, break a leg. We hope you do a good job. Yes. Straight A's, Jordan. Woohoo! Good job.
Right.
Yes. Mets won the home opener and the And the Yankees did. We're off to a good start. Any others? Any other good things? Yeah?
So I'm celebrating my 29 times 2 birthday on Sunday.
Oh,
The good part is that I share the same birthday with the rabbi's son Micah. So
That's right.
celebrating his 13th.
yes, on Sunday, Micah becomes 13. Oh, my baby. I mean, he's already like 2 feet taller. And our good news, too, is that Emmeline is the last bat mitzvah until my children's b'nai mitzvah, which is very exciting. So Emily, I've been like, I'm keeping an eye on you because like I got to get my stuff together now. And so I hope you'll join us on April 14th on Friday night. The kids are going to bless the Torah, and we'll eat some cake together and share some sweetness. Because some of you have watched them, like some of you knew them before they were even them. So it's quite a blessing to celebrate with you. Yes. It was your birthday on Thursday, and how many birthdays have you celebrated so far? 10.
Wow.
2 hands, 2 full hands. That's wonderful. Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy, happy birthday. You did very well tonight. I give you an A+ on coming with good news. I also if you're new to the congregation, I want to crack a code for you, which is there is a schedule to how we do services. First Friday of the month is always 6:30 with an enhanced oneg with a little bit heavier fare so that you don't have to eat dinner at home, but you can come and eat here. So it's 6:30, and that's an hour-long service geared towards families. The second Friday of the month is our Rock Shabbat band service. Sometimes we have special guest stars, thanks to the TRT Endowment Fund, and sometimes we have our house band with Cantor Wally. So that's a big hootenanny, lots of singing, come to rock out. The third Friday of the month, we have our wonderful choir. If you're a singer, please think about joining. And that's some of the more traditional music or a little bit higher artsy music, I would say. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
And then the last Friday of the month, sometimes we have wonderful speakers through our lifelong learning program, or sometimes we just have a good time together. So know that is the schedule. First Friday of the month is 6:30. The last 3 are all 7:30. And we also have a Tot Shabbat on the third Friday of the month, and that's at 5:30 to 6. And everything can be streamed as well, from Tot Shabbat to every other Shabbat we do. So, I bet you're super hungry by now. So I'd like to invite up any of our children who have not yet become bar or bat mitzvah, or anyone who got all A's on their report card, or anyone who didn't get A's on their report card, anyone who's becoming bat mitzvah this weekend. Come on up. Just put out your hands and I'll give you one. Don't eat until we say the blessing.
That's right.
Come move a little bit this way.
Here we go. Hamotzi lechem min
I'll get
haaretz.
it more as I go.
We give thanks to
don't worry about
God for bread.
Our voices
rise in song together as our prayer is joyfully said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Enjoy, chomp chomp.
Joy.
As I go along my way, I meet and make new friends. As I grow to know each one, I pray this friendship never ends. And now when I have some love to share,
come in blessing. We leave one another in blessing, and I invite you to, if you're with someone who's okay with you giving them a hug or a touch, or if you're not with someone who's touchable, just put your hands on your hearts, or maybe extend your arms and send blessing out into the world. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
In Yiratza.
May we be blessed. May we be safe. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May we be luminous. May we be loved. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May we be joyous. May we be healthy. May we be whole. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbos. Thanks, Fabian.